everybody, this is Dita.Did, and what Dita has been doing lately is working on this commission for my very good friends. They wanted a portrait of their dog Sitka, and here is me tracing out from my projector an easy sketch of all of the elements that I mainly wanted in the drawing or the painting. So with the wash of bright colors underneath, the reason I did this is because oil paint doesn't really come in these bright neon colors, so I had to use acrylic to get the brightness underneath, and then I would just avoid those areas when I painted over it with the sky color later. I had many reference photos of their dog from many angles, just so that I could get her design of her fur just right and so that it actually has resemblance to their dog. And just with a simple wash of colors, I blocked out the areas of the mountains and the land shapes, sections of the sky that would be blue, and where the northern lights would show. So a trick I learned along this journey of painting this was that I could actually just pour paint into the cap of the acrylic paint and mix it right in that little top capsule and straight to the canvas, which made my painting process a lot easier lately. So I highly suggest doing this. Now I'm going in with just straight up white so I can bring out the brightest areas. When it comes to silhouettes, say with this dog here, I really wanted some bright light in behind her legs. And what I'm showing you here is my technique of the northern lights. So I surrounded the bright green acrylic paint with the dark sky color. And then with a clean, dry brush, I just brushed straight upwards so that it would get that nice blend as if the aurora borealis is floating in the sky. So every time I would brush up, I would take it and wipe it off on a clean paper towel, just so that I didn't muddy things up too much. And you can see here, I like to take my photos, put them in black and white, and then see where I could use a little bit more contrast. When it came to these heavily snowed-on trees, I looked for a lot of reference photos, and also it was winter time around where I live, so I took some pictures and looked at those as for reference as how the snow builds up on trees and where the shadows are and where the light hits. So once all the mountains were finally blocked in with their light and shade and shapes, I went full Bob Ross with the palette knife and mixed up a very white, minty green just to put the icing on the cake and add in those snow caps. I used this to my advantage in a way that when it came to surrounding the dog's face, it was very dark against light so that it emphasized her head a little bit more. this point I was pretty happy with my painting and how smooth it was going, but there's just something about this bottom left corner that I wasn't really into, so I decided to take the snowed on dead branches and put it over the very smooth blobs just so that it had a little bit more depth, it had a bit more texture and different patterns within the painting than just smooth, untouched snow. And I think I'm happier with it now. As you can also see in the back here, I had a second source of light, which would have been the sun, and it was just way too close to the moon. So instead of having it the sunset, I decided to turn it into another stream of the Aurora Borealis. And another concern I had was that the pink in the sky, there wasn't any pink anywhere else, but then I realized that there's pink in the dog's tongue and in her ears, so that balanced itself out quite nicely. And with the finished product, here we are. With all the reference photos that I had, I think I did a pretty good job of getting her fur patterns right and her likeness. Threw in a couple of snowflakes, had a little paw showing. She's got her feet buried in the snow. Tail is up and happy, and the sky is full of motion and shooting stars and wind and light and shadow, and I have my signature hidden within the snow there. So I hope everyone enjoyed the painting. I hope you may have learned a couple things that you could use while doing a commission for yourself or someone else. And really, it's just thinking of things logically if you're going for a realistic type of imagery, but ultimately just enjoy the process. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. I'll see you again.